In this video, we're going to talk about estimation with fractions. We can estimate whenever we don't need an exact answer. So, for example, if we take a look at this fraction, 2 over 57, the numerator is very small compared to the denominator. So we're going to estimate this and say that it is close to 0. 2 over 57 is close to 0. If we think about it, if we have a big cake and it was originally divided into 57 pieces, if we only have 2 of those pieces, we have a very, very tiny part of that cake. Almost nothing. The cake is almost completely gone. So we can say this is about 0. Here's another example, 28 over 57. Well, 28 is almost half of 57. It's almost exactly half of 57. Or another way of thinking about that is 57 is almost exactly 2 times 28. So this fraction is close to 1/2. Another example, 58 over 57. In this case, this fraction is very close to the whole number 1. It's just slightly more, tiny, tiny bit more than the whole number 1. Because remember, any number over itself equals the whole number 1. So 57 over 57 would be exactly equal to 1. So 58 over 57 is very close, just slightly more than 1. So we can say it's close to 1. So we're estimating to the nearest half or whole number. Let's look at some more examples. 2 and 7/8. So we're going to ask, is this closer to 2, 2.5, or 3? Well, if we look at the fraction 7/8, 7 is very close to 8, so these two numbers are almost the same. When the numbers are almost the same, it's like a whole number, because 8 over 8 would be another whole number. So we have 2 and the whole number 1, which is 3. So 2 and 7/8 is closest to 3. Here's another example, 2 and 1/15. 1 over 15. If we take a look at that fraction, we have just one piece of something that was originally divided into 15. So we have a very small amount, almost nothing. So we are closest to the whole number 2. 2 and 1/15 is closer to 2 than it is to 2.5 or 3. Here's our last example, 2 and 5/11. Well, looking at the fraction 5/11, that's very close to 1/2. It's not exactly 1/2, but it's very close. 5/10 would be exactly 1/2. So 5/11 is very close to that. So we can say that we have about 2 and 1/2. So with estimation of fractions, we're always going to be estimating to the nearest whole number or the nearest half. And we do so by looking at the numerator and the denominator and determining what is the relative difference between those two numbers.